This demonstration is a part of the course Software Testing and Quality Analysis, and the tool we would be focusing on is Selenium IDE. Before we start off, I would like to introduce my team members. They are all students of BTech 3rd year from DAICT. Shivang Agarwal, ID 2013-01148, Vinayak Dubey, ID 166, Kumar Dhwanit, ID 161, and Mridul Singh, ID 207. Let's first discuss about the course. The main objective of this course is to understand and learn the art of software testing during development of large software. Here, we would focus on the methodologies, techniques, and tools that can be used to successfully design and validate large softwares. It has been noted by various researchers or industry professionals that it is impossible to completely test an application because the domain of program inputs is too large. There are too many possible input paths, and design and specification issues are difficult to test. After taking this course, we expect to be able to understand the effective strategies of testing and the methods and technologies of software testing, design test plan and test cases for the given requirement specification, small scale programs and large scale, clearly and correctly report software bugs, assess the quality of software product, and define relationship between the software testing and the quality assurance, and many more. We would like to thank our course instructor, Professor Saurabh Tiwari, for giving us this valuable opportunity to get a hands-on experience on this valuable tool, namely Selenium IDE.
Hi, I'm Mridul. So, before explaining and demonstrating the use of Selenium IDE, I would like to tell you something about the basic concepts of software testing. One is black box testing. Black box testing is a method of software testing that examines the functionality of an application without peeking into its internal structure or working. This method of testing can be applied to virtually every level of software testing, that is, unit, integration, system, and acceptance. Because even if you don't have the access to the source code of the application, you want and you want to test, black box allows you to perform the test on that application. Concept is GUI testing. In software engineering, graphical user interface testing is a process of testing a product's graphical user interface to ensure it meets its specifications. This is normally done through the use of variety of test cases. Now, to generate a set of test cases, the test designer attempt to cover all the functionalities of the system and fully exercise the GUI itself. The difficulty in the difficulty in accomplishing this task is in two folds: to deal with the domain size and with sequences. In addition, the tester faces more difficulty when they have to do regression testing. It is a portable GUI software testing framework for web applications. It provides a record and a playback feature for writing tests without learning a test scripting language like Java or C++. For this, what it does is convert user interaction with the web application into a self-built language called Selenium. This language closely resembles with the JavaScript, and since a big part of the web application uses JavaScript for development, Selenium proves to be a very useful tool. Some components of the tool: IDE, client API, remote control, WebDriver, and grid.
Now we will see how to install Selenium IDE on your Mozilla Firefox browser. Remember that the prerequisite for installing Selenium IDE is that you have to have a Mozilla Firefox browser installed on your PC. Open Mozilla Firefox browser, then simply search Selenium IDE in the search bar. Click on the second link which says download Selenium IDE. Once we are on Selenium HQ's homepage, we scroll down and click from addons.mozilla.org. This takes us to the add-ons page for Mozilla Firefox. Here simply click the Add to Firefox button for Selenium IDE. The bar on the top left corner shows that the add-on has been installed. Click on Install Now. It will prompt you to restart the Firefox browser. Click on Restart. Once Mozilla Firefox restarts, you can see the Selenium IDE button on the top right corner of the window. Click on the button and you will find the Selenium IDE window open.
This is Vinayak, ID 166, and I'll be explaining some of the features of Selenium IDE. So let's start with the demo. I'll open my Selenium IDE here. See right here, there's the Selenium IDE 2.9.1 window. So you can see there are many features. Look at this page. There's the menu bar, then there's the base URL bar, toolbar, test case pane, a lot of things you can play around with. So let's look at all these one by one, right? So in the file menu, here I open the file menu. So it contains options to create, open, save and close tests. You need to note this point that all the tests that we make will be saved in HTML format, of course, because see what Selenium does is it records user interaction, so that is in an HTML format, so that when you click on it, it plays that test on a browser. Yeah, so then there are many other options too. One of the most interesting options we found was this export test case as option. So the beauty of this is that now see you've recorded your interaction, and now if you want to modify those test cases in languages which are other than JavaScript, right? See in this window, export test case as, there's C hash, that is C sharp, then there's Java, Python, Ruby, a lot of things, and also Rails and WebDriver for different kind of Selenium features like Selenium WebDriver or Selenium remote control. So what we can, how this will help us is, see sometimes websites are made of languages other than JavaScript also. A lot of languages use Ruby on Rails framework, then there's Java is obviously used, Python. So what Selenium is doing here, it is enabling us to write tests in languages other than JavaScript. So I'll be explaining to you all the conventions also. See, I just showed you the file tool, and in that see here it's written export test case as. So inside, if you can see there are three elements on every line. There's one element, then there's separated by slash, then there's another, then there's another. So I'll be explaining to you. It's pretty evident from the markings that we've done. So the first element, what it does is it's the type of format you want to export your Selenium file into. For example, if you have recorded a user interaction on a web application and you want to modify test cases in a particular language, so the first element is what see, these are the things: C hash, C sharp, Java, Python, Ruby. Selenium 2.9.1 is offering us to the option to modify test cases in all these 4 languages. The second element, see here, there's NUnit, JUnit 4, and RSpec. So these are basically the unit testing frameworks to be used. JUnit is used in used with Eclipse, and there are other unit testing frameworks also. And the third is which type of Selenium framework we'll be using. Right now we are using Selenium IDE, but if you want to export them into other things like Selenium WebDriver or remote control, so that is how the third option will be helping us. We'll be moving on to the other options. So let's go to our Selenium window that we opened right here. See, so we just did the file option. We looked particularly at the export test case as option. Now we'll be moving at edit in the edit tool. So edit basically it is providing what edit tool in other applications also does. It provides undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, everything like that. But there are two very interesting commands here. One is insert new command, and the other is insert new comment. So even though we said, and that is why Selenium is most popular, that it is very helpful in recording user interactions with a web application. But there is one more catch, and I think that is an advantage. How that is good, I'll explain to you. See what happens here. See, for example, look here on the left. Sorry, here. So this is a recorded test case. Some user interacted with a web application, and this is a recorded test case. But that is not all we can do. We can add more things. We can add commands or comments here.
This is the interface of the tool. I would like to explain you some basic features. For example, let's get started. The first one is the base URL. The base URL contains the URL that from which your test script is going to start. For example, I've taken a standard one, the google.co.in. Now it has a drop down menu, so it can save some previous links that you might have used or that you would like to store. Now I would like to tell you about some of the buttons that are given in the toolbar of the software. One is the fast and the slow button. It controls the speed of your test script execution. Second one is the record. This starts and ends your recording session. Each browser action is entered as a Selenium command in the editor. This one is a play entire suite. This will sequentially play all the test cases listed in the test case panel. Now adjacent to it is the play current test case. It will play only the current selected test case in the test case pane. This is the play pause and resume button. This will pause or resume your playback. This is the step button. Step button will allow you to step into another command in your test script. This curvy icon is apply roll-up rules. This is an advanced functionality. It allows you to group Selenium commands together and execute them as a single action. Next comes the test case pane. The test case panes, you can open more than one test case at a time. The test case pane shows you the list of current open test cases. When you open a test suite, the test case will automatically list all the test cases contained in it. Test case written in bold font is the currently selected test case. After the playback, each test case is color coded. That means when the test case is green, it means the test has passed, and red, the test has failed. Now comes the editor. Editor is this section. This can be described as the place where all the action happens. there are two interfaces of it: the table and the source. Source means I'll come to it eventually. First, let me explain you the table view of the part. Most of the time while you're working on the IDE, you'll be using the table view. This is where you create, modify the Selenium command. After playback, each step is color coded. Remember, the color coding is same. That means green is for the that means green is that the test case has passed, and red the test case has failed. To to create steps, type the name of the command in the command text box. It displays a drop down list of the commands that match with the entry that you're currently typing. Target is any parameter like username, password.
Hi, I am Shivang. Some of the advantages of Selenium IDE are: it is very easy to use. It has the capability to convert the test to different programming languages such as HTML, Java, etc. Programming language experience is not required for Selenium IDE. So if you are not familiar with C, Java or any other language, you can easily work with it. It provides logging capabilities using file login plugin. User can debug and set breakpoints. Thus, if while executing a test case you found a fault, you can easily debug it. It is flexible for the users to use. Some of the disadvantages of Selenium IDE is: it is only available as a plugin for Firefox. It is open source, thus it does not support any other browser. It does not support iteration and conditional statement. It does not support error handling. It does not support database testing.
Hi guys, this is Vinayak again, and I'll be showing you a short demonstration of how to use Selenium. One major feature that I want to tell you about is the insert new command option in the edit tool right here. So let's check something. What we'll be checking is I just want to watch a hello video by Adele. So I type hello here and check if Google is showing me the video. So what we are testing here is whether Google is showing me the correct video. Now let's make a new test case. So there's this untitled test case. This is the red record button. Do you see this? Yeah, so I'll be clicking on it and starting my record here. So now I go to the URL, type google.co.in. Here in the search box I start writing hello, right, and then click on the search button. Now I click on the video link right here and the video opens and it is playing. Now let's check if Selenium has seen something. I'll pause it and see, this is the play button, so it plays the current test case. So let's try to play it. Let's see if this works. I'll tell you beforehand only it is not going to work. I'll tell you the problem and I'll tell you how to correct it. So let's click on the play button. See, there's this problem. Element cs is equal to span dot underscore jwc not found. So I'll tell you what the problem is. Here we opened the google.co.in link. Here we typed hello in the search box, and here we clicked the button. But you see this command, this click command. The problem with this click command is once you execute it, it moves on to the next one. But you know that once you enter something in Google, it takes time to load, right? So what we want to do is to wait for the page to load, because right now Selenium is just, it is clicking on it and assuming that Google will load it instantly and going to this. But that is not happening. So it can't find this target css equal to span dot underscore jwc link. So I'll tell you how to do it. Go to the edit menu and here insert new command here. So what we'll do is we want to wait for this element to be present. So I'll go here in the target, I'll type in this element, and in the command I'll type wait for element present right here, this one. uh, Now when I play this, it should work. See, it is working absolutely correctly. The video is started feature in the back. Now let's do one more thing. I want to check that what after I've run this test case, after I've reached the YouTube page, the title or the tab name here, Adele underscore hello underscore YouTube, actually says that. So I'll right click on any empty space. Now you see this show all available commands. These are a list of available commands that Selenium has. These are built in Selenium commands, and you can add them to your Selenium test case. So I'll do this: assert title Adele hello YouTube. I click on this and it will automatically be added to your test case right here. See, it is right here, but I don't want it to be there. I want it to be here after I have reached the video. Now let's check. I'll run this test case again, and there's this added. The green, you see the different color coding. The green shows that it has run and it has run successfully, and the white shows that it has not run because we have just added this one, right? So now we'll play it again and check whether this is working. So I'll click on this. Working, and yes, the assert title has also been done. We'll check the log. We go to the log, and here test case passed. It has also executed here assert title Adele hello YouTube, and the test case has been passed. So that was our short demonstration to show how to use the insert new command feature and how to just make a short Selenium test case.
Hi, I am Shivang. I am doing a demo on my website which I deployed last week. So the name of the website is like da.profsite.herokuapp.com. As you can see, the link has been opened up. Now I will be clicking on the Selenium IDE button and I will be recording my test case. So let me just click on login, enter the credentials, and click on login. Now as you can see over here, my username and password has been showed up over here, and login button has been also clicked showing. So let me test my other functionalities. My profile has been showing correctly. All my courses which I offer are also correct, and there's a broadcast window over here. So let me explore my courses page over here. So for the set criteria, let me put it like this 20, and end sum for which I should put 40. It is it has been updated. For the grades part, let me reduce the range from 92 to 90. For the AB, same, and submit. It has been updated as you can see. So for the view marks, as you can see, there's an update button over here on which I can click after changing the marks. So let me put it 30, over here put it 0, over here 89, which will be wrong. Let me 13 and increment and 0. So let me update. As you can see, my grade has changed. So for the student list, I can do a comment over here. It will be a personal comment, so uh, assignment not done, assignment not submitted till now, then post it. I will also be doing a comment on ID 188 because I will be showing the demo on student side on this ID. So go to work. For the for checking whether the performance stats of each course, I'm clicking waiting. As you can see over here, it is also click and wait on the performance stats. The marks are generating, as you can see. So now let me click on queries and let me answer some questions. Is there class tomorrow? Yeah. And some course. and let me click on submit. Now for the repository side, let me like just I have like this, let me delete just like Drupal. Now it's working. Now let me check on click on help. Oh sorry, I need to click on help. Now let me check my broadcast whether it is working or not. So EL 203 title Grace 15 marks quiz post. Now let me just log out. After logging out from the website, let me like just stop the record option and checking whether it is like recording correctly or not. So now let me just play the test case a little slow so you can see whether it is working fine or not. So I'm like playing the current test case. As you can see, it has already been logged in. It is exploring the my courses. All the ranges which I did, it is checking again. It is again sending the same comment which I did to the student. It is also checking the performance stats automatically. Even in the queries window, it is answering some of the queries which I did the last time when I recorded it. As you can see, the problem over here is like there's no delete query, so it is like giving a problem over here. So let me just like as you can see it has been working again, but I think there will be a problem in the repository part because there's no queries over there, links over there. Hmm. La. So I said it was correct, so let me like just delete it over here and like lay it over again, then it will work fine. Because actually what I did was after deleting a query, it also deleted a query when I played it, so that's why it is not working correctly. This time it will work like fine. Let me just increase the speed a little bit because this has been played like 3 times. All the histograms, even the student list. As you can see over here, as I deleted the repository one because there were no repository, so it was like trying to delete something which was not existing, so it like gave up. Now the test case has passed. Now let me show you the demo on the student side. So let me first open the Selenium IDE and like please start the recording. So click on login, enter the details. Now let me check whether it is working or not. Over here I posted over there good work, it is coming. I posted improved academic performance in the last one. So now let me check my profile, it is working fine. In the academic info, let me click on schedule, calendar, it is opening, holidays, it is opening. Let me close it. Let me open like SBJ constitution over here, whether check whether all the buttons which I put over there are working fine or not. Let me click on guidelines and medical faculty over here. Now close it. Exam rules. Now let me close it. In the my courses, all my courses which I took are over here. Let me see EL203 because I did work in the EL203 section in the professor side. A PDF about the course is opening. TA details, check score, all my marks which I computed in the backend, marks, average, highest weightage. In the queries, yeah, as you can see, the blue ones are those which have been answered and the green ones are those which haven't been answered. So like over here, so I can see whether what was the response. In the last time I like asked what was the end sim, so it is like full course and is there class tomorrow? I said yeah. So in the course links, yeah. So let as you can see, I posted a link. I will be posting a link to so see over here whether it has been posted over here or not. So let me go to my results and I'm checking all my marks which I scored in the previous semesters. It is fine. In the queries, let me like post a simple query over here. Tada. In the repository, let me like tada. Check whether it is being posted or not. In the utilities, it is like broadcast or what all the professor broadcast over here. But in the last time I showed you like today's class is cancelled. In the help, it is working fine. In the academic info, let me go to my courses. Let me go to EL203. In the course queries, as you can see, yeah, tada over here came. In the course links, also tada came. So let me like log out and check whether Selenium recorded it correctly or not. As you can see, it is working fine till now. So many prompts are coming up because I opened many PDFs in the last in the academic info. Everything is working fine from posting queries, checking score, and everything is working fine. It is like moving so fast because I like doing it in fast mode. I can like slow the speed over here and it will play a little slower. Now I'm checking whether the queries which are posted are available on the course side or not. Override data is available and I logged out. So the test passed successfully.
This is Vinayak again. Uh, right now, what I'm going to do is to use that site which Shivang used in the previous section. Use that website and show some new and interesting features of Selenium IDE. So let's open our Selenium IDE. It's right there on the toolbar. Selenium IDE. I click on it. Then what I do, the record, you can see that the record button is already on, so it has started recording already. Now what I do, I go to this site, uh, this site da underscore profsite.herokuapp.com/authentication. Right now, some Firebug tool had opened. I'll show you that whatever it is. Now click on login. Then keep checking. See, Selenium is already doing everything. Now we go to ID and put the ID. Say one of the ID's credentials here are 206 times 1 and password is something. Now we log in. Close this. Now I'm just going there. This is working, this is working, this is working, and now I want to say log out. So I reach here. Now I'll stop my Selenium test case. This was recording, I stopped it. Now let's run it. It is running. It just logged in. It is checking all the pages. Then it has logged out. So it is working correctly, which is fine. But now let's do something different. Okay, now let's log in again Again the same credentials I'm going to put there. uh, so let's go to say my profile and see here, this is it. This looks something like a table, right? Now what we can do, some features that we can do in Selenium that we can make use of are, we can check whether a certain element or a certain pattern or a certain text exists on a web page. So let's do that. Let's see if this thing exists every time I log in. Okay, now to I mean, I just can't say I just can't ask Selenium to find this thing, right? I need to ID this. So what I'll do is I'll select this, I'll right click on it, and there's a tool called Firepath. What I'll do is I'll go there. See here, inspect in Firepath. It just shows the layout of the page, the back end, the front end, the source code of the front end of the page in a uh, XPath manner. Now what XPath is? XPath is basically a language. It is, you can call it a cousin of XML, and what it basically does is it helps you ID the different elements on a web page. Now I'll click here, inspect in Firepath. So it has opened. So see this section, this one, uh, see it is highlighting when I bring it here. This section is section ID equal to bio, and its XPath, which can be seen right here on this amazing tool which is Firepath, is this. Now Selenium is also a very great tool when you want to do XPath analysis. So what we'll do, this I found in the my profile page, right, this element. So what I'll do here, after this I'll include a new command. I'll insert a new command. I'll bring this here, and then I'll type verify for in the command box. I'll write verify element present, this one, right? And here I'll write XPath equal to, and that XPath I'll take from here, right here, this one, and I'll just put it here. Okay, so I just added a new command in my test case. Let's see if this is working. So what this command basically does is it verifies if this element is present, and what element we're defining that by using XPath. The XPath ID is this, and let's see if every time this table, exactly this table, is being shown. So you can see here in here, the name is already present. It is coming from the backend SDFSF, and here also 201111, and again this the date of birth. So it is already there. So let's check if every time when I log in using this using these credentials, that is 206 times 1 and the password, do I get this ID every time? So let's check. Okay, I'll let's just go to some other page. Yes, now I'll run this. So it goes to that thing, it opens, it logs in, it goes to my profile, it has checked. See, did you see that it didn't stop on the element, it didn't stop on my profile, it didn't select that table form? That was because we used verify. See, there's a difference between verify and assert. What verify does is it just checks whether that thing is there or not, and then it moves on. If it is not there, it moves on. What assert does, it actually checks, and if it is not there, if the value is false, then the test case is rejected. But that didn't happen in this, so we don't know for sure whether verify text present, verify element present found it or not. But see here, it found it. There was one run, there were 0 failures. This is green. We found the XPath element, and so if you want to go through this again, we can go through this again. See, it's going, it is checking my profile, my courses, broadcast, then logging out. Now let's check again. This was green, there was one run, everything was found, failures were 0. This is green. Now we can also look for text or patterns. Okay, so let's look at some patterns that we can check here. I'll go 20111111, and in password is the password for this particular ID. So let's check if this, okay, let's check if this sen15.2016@gmail.com, this text, just this piece of text, irrespective of whether it is a email ID or not, is present there or not. So I'll just control C that, I'll just copy that, and it comes in the home page, so right after I log in, right? So the value is here. So I'll add insert a new command right here, and I'll check whether I can find something. So in the command thing, I'll write verify text present, target we can say what was that, send 15. I just copied that, right? So I'll paste it right here. So that is a new added command. Let's check if this works. I am not too sure, I think there can be a problem. Let's check. Oh, there was no problem, it did find. Let's see, let's go to the log and see here, it executed verify text present, this, and here it is written the test case was passed, and here. So this was another feature. These are two features that I wanted to tell you about. One was the one that we can locate things, when we can check if that thing is always present, which we did here in this verify element present thing. Here we used XPath to locate that particular element. Another thing that we have done here is verify text present and sen15.2016@gmail.com. So it verified whether this particular text was always present in this website. Let's check again, it'll probably be there. It is checking, see, it has passed, it is going through that. Now one last thing that I want to show you is we can also look for links, whether they exist here or not. So let's just try to find links here. Okay, password is I'll put in the password for the particular ID. Now let's go, we are here, right? Now my profile, see, all these 3-4 things are links. What these do, they just take me to a different web page. This takes me to my profile, this takes me back to home. So my profile is a link. If I right click on this, see, open link into new tab, so it is a link. Now what I want to do here is I want to check if this link is always present. If it is not present, then I don't want to go further, and then I don't want to go further in the test case. I want the test case to fail if the link is not present. So how I'll do that, I just explained to you the difference between verify and assert. Assert, if the assert command fails, it aborts the test case. It says the test case has failed, while verify just skips on to the next command. So let's do that. Let's go here. It was also here in the home page, so I'll edit and go to edit and insert a new command. Here I am. I'll go here. It should only go to the next link if it is present. So what I'll do here is I'll type assert element present, yeah, and here I'll say link equal to my profile. So I've added a new command. You can also do this by going to this link, right clicking there, and here I can just use assert element present link equal to my profile. If I click there, it will automatically add, but I don't need to. See, it has automatically added here, but I don't need to, so I'll delete one. Now let's run this. It is going to that page, click in, checking. It has gone further, then it has definitely found the link. Let's see if selenium command is green. That means we have yes, it is green. We have found the link. Assert element present link equal to my profile is green, so we have found the link. Just in case to show that uh, uh, to show that it is actually checking, let's just change some spellings. Let's just say uh, let's just do this, my pr file, pril. So yeah, let's check if this is present there. It won't be. I don't think the test case should go further. Let's see, it has stuck there. Let's see if, see, it is red. It couldn't find the link, and that is what assert does. If the assert command fails, it goes on to the next. It just goes on. It does not, sorry, if an assert command fails, it skips the whole test case. It says that the test case has failed. See, runs 1, failures 1, the test case has failed. Whereas the verify command, see, I'll show you this command. If I change this to uh, gil.com, it will still work and it will end at assert command. I'll show you. I'll run this. It is running, it is going, logging in, and it has stopped here. See, even though the verify text present one is red, the next one is also red. That means even though the verify text present command was false, the value was false, the next command is run, which is the assert one, and there since it is false, it couldn't be the test case was aborted. So just to finish this presentation, I'll just make everything right and show this to you. This was sen15.2016.@gmail.com, and this was link equal to my profile. Now let's run. This should run. See, it's logging in, it's running, it's gone to my profile, it's going to my courses, broadcast, it's logging out, and everything is green. Every command has run. So yeah, this was it. I hope you understood the meanings of why and how to use the assert commands and verify commands, and how we can use the XPath elements to locate elements on a web page. So one thing, lastly, the last thing I want to add in this demonstration of the tool of the web app that we've used is that most of this web app, it has been developed. So we haven't been able to find many failures, but I wanted to show you through these assert and verify text present that if sometimes what you design, for example, if a web developer designed his link to show as my profile, but it is actually showing instead of my profile something else like my, so this won't run. And that is how Selenium, that is the beauty of Selenium, it tells where our GUI is going wrong. So that was it. I think we'll be moving on to the conclusion now, and thank you.
Concluding this presentation, I, Mridul, would like to say that Selenium is a great tool for testing GUI on web applications. Its user interaction record and playback feature adds a randomness to the test cases, which is not achieved easily on other testing scenarios. Selenium does have drawbacks. Some are like it cannot do database testing on backend. User interaction are limited and do not necessarily check all links. Conditions and iteration statements are not allowed. We are only restricted to JavaScript. Restriction to the browser, that is Mozilla Firefox, is also a very large drawback. I have mentioned some drawbacks I mentioned above, but they can be improved, like by using Selenium WebDriver. We can add conditions and iteration statements and can use other languages. Also, we can use other browsers when using WebDriver tool of Selenium, but other drawbacks need to be worked upon. Lastly, it was fun working with the tool. It is a great GUI testing tool which also provides some form of automation. This is the course Moodle page. And finally, this was me, Mridul, Dhwanit, Vinayak, and Shivang. Our email IDs are mentioned. Thank you.